My name's Stan Sokolow. If you're like me, you're interested in stereo 3D photography. I recently became interested again in this kind of photography when I came across an ad for this little camcorder. It's the DXG model 5F9V. It's a very nice little camcorder. It has some unusual features, and I'll show you in subsequent videos more about it in a review. I've read reviews, but they usually don't get into the details of how the camera works and how the videos it takes actually look. So I'm going to be posting some YouTube videos to show all the things I've learned so far and more as I learn them. It comes in this little kit with a nice little carrying case, just the right size, and it's the cables you need. I also came across this camera just a few days ago. It's the SVP model DC-3D-80. It's unbelievably cheap, and I wondered if it was as bad as the price seemed to indicate, or if it was really a decent little camera. I found it on several online stores for less than $90, and that included shipping. It comes in comes with some paper frame anaglyph lenses and software, which I haven't tried yet, but I'll be getting into that. So in this and subsequent videos that I'll post on my YouTube channel, I'm going to show you what I've learned about these cameras, how to use them, tips and tricks, and show you examples of the quality of the videos it can take. So let's get into it.
Here's a screenshot of one frame from a video that I recently took, where the actor in the center is in shadow. Even though it's a bright day, there's a heavy shadow of tall trees. So I was a little afraid that her image would be so dark when I was taking the video, I couldn't really tell. So I boosted the exposure level. As you'll see as this video plays in a moment, this camera, the DXG, has an adjustment for increasing or decreasing the exposure value by up to 2 f-stops. So I pumped it up to +2, thinking that would brighten the people in the shadows at the expense of washing out the colors of the areas in the sun. So as you see, the background colors are really faded out. The shadow area is much lighter, and you can see the horse brighter than before, and Katie bright, which is good, but I really overdid it. So just be careful when you use the plus and minus exposure value controls. Don't overdo it. You'll have to learn how much is good enough. In this case, +2 was too much. Probably +0.5 might have been sufficient. Now notice how good the microphone is. It can pick up the sound of footsteps on the sand and all sorts of small sounds, including the cameraman's own sound. So be careful, and don't underestimate the quality of this audio and the microphone pickup.
Oh, you're trying to be scared, aren't you? Something's gonna
So here I decided to turn the +2 exposure value back down to 0. Watch what happens. See, the colors in the background get deeper and the shadow area gets darker. When the horse comes into the shadow, you can see how you don't see much detail. That's why I did the +2, but +2 was too much. Somewhere in between 0 and +2 would have been better. You don't really know these things when you're looking in the viewfinder in the LCD display. It's a little too hard to see outdoors.
And so we're not going to be able to show you any progress today. We're just telling you the principles. But what I'd like to do for the purpose of documenting the present prerequisite skills of Sadie, as we did with Semi, can you try to pick up a canter and fencer? Well, let's see what her stop is like.
Now notice as the horse is running and I'm following the horse by panning rapidly, the pan is smooth. There's some cameras I've seen that they can't keep up with rapid changes in the images and the pan is jerky. This is really a good smooth panning camera. Of course I'm doing the panning with my hands, but I mean the image follows well without jerkiness or blur. And now at this stop, notice how good the 3D effect is on this little fence section that we're up against, and how clear the focus is from up close to far out. The camera says that it has a field of focus from 4 feet to infinity, but even when you encroach closer than 4 feet, it isn't really that bad. And a little blur of somebody in the foreground when the main point of interest is in the distance, it looks pretty good. It focuses the viewer's attention on the important part that's in focus. The videos you've been watching were taken at 1080p resolution. So I wanted to compare 1080p with 720p. Both are considered high definition, but 1080p is much higher definition. This is the 1080p test. And in a moment you'll see the same, more or less, sequence done at 720p by changing the camera setting. My eyes, both of these are really excellent, sharp, clear images. The 720p is perhaps just very slightly more blurry, but it's really plenty good. Perhaps on a large screen TV you could tell a slight difference. Should be a difference.